and welcome back to Rise on the Road.
Last week we went to Des Moines, Iowa, Lincoln, and Grand Island, Nebraska.
Let's see what happened. We stayed at the Iowa State Fairgrounds in Des Moines, so no sewer. Rieta was at her grandparents' house in Santa Rosa, and Gemma went home with Mimi and Granddad after the graduation, so we were down 2 girls.
On our day in Iowa, we went to the Iowa State Capitol building. It was one of the 10 capitols with the dome painted in gold, and the only capitol with 5 domes. One of the corner domes was under construction while we were there. Melina liked the dolls of the governor's spouses. We went into the judicial chamber and saw this beautiful wood desk. Then we went to the library. It was stunning with 2 metal spiral staircases, lots and lots of books, and secret passages behind the shelves for the librarians to get around. Next, we went to the House of Representatives. Last but not least, we went up the staircase to the big dome and saw it much closer up. There were lots of little lights in the big dome, and we could see the little domes out of the window. The Iowa Capitol was very beautiful for being such an overlooked state. The drive to Lincoln, Nebraska was about 3 hours. We stayed at a fairground here too, but this one had a dog and a horse show the exact week when we were there. The horse show was a quarter horse show, and all the dogs at the dog show were super cute, and we got to pet them. In Lincoln, besides the Capitol, we also got a tour through the University of Nebraska by our Uncle Billy on the phone. It was where he went to college. We learned that this museum has mammoth bones that the construction company my dad's grandpa owned found. The construction company in 1976 was making new interstate in Colorado when they found mammoth bones. First, he asked the Natural History Museum in Denver if they wanted the bones, but they said no. Then they asked this museum if they wanted them, and they said yes. They came and did an archaeological dig and found most of the bones of the mammoth.
The Nebraska Capitol is definitely not your traditional state capitol. We got a tour on the first level, and our tour guide explained all of the mosaic's meanings. Nebraska's legislative branch is a unicameral, meaning the House and the Senate are one. We went upstairs to the top of the tower and got to look all around the Capitol. This Capitol is definitely not our favorite, but it was an interesting stop. Then we headed to Grand Island. My dad's cousin Ashley owns a jewelry shop there, and she does hair in one of the back rooms. We got a haircut while we were there. Ashley's husband Anthony and their 2 little boys Carter and Creed met up with us when we were done. While we were getting our haircut, my dad went to our grandmother's house to set up the RV. She let us stay for the night even though she wasn't there.
After the shop, my dad met up with us and we went to a horse racing park with Ashley, Anthony, Carter, and Creed. We got some drinks and watched a few races. Then we were invited into the winner's circle for free because the sponsor of the day never showed up. We got really close to the horses and got a picture with the winner. I was holding Creed and he was super happy. After the races, we went and saw Ashley's brother Shay at his house, and his cat is super sweet. He let my dad and me ride on his mini motorcycle. On the way to dinner, we stopped at the homestead that Ashley and Shay's dad Barry owns, with my dad's other uncle. That homestead was where my grandma's dad lived in with his grandparents after his mom died. The homestead was built by my great-great-great-great-grandparents. It was really cool. We also saw a little house that my dad and grandma stayed in when my dad was really little for about 3 years. Thank you Ashley, Anthony, Shay, and Barry for hanging out with us and taking us to see all these cool places.
We went to the Plottage for dinner. The Plottage is a German club that some of our family belongs to.
Our cross-country trips over the past 5 years have always skipped Iowa, so this time we made a pretty last-minute decision to stop so we could see the Capitol. Did not disappoint. Our tour guide was amazing and it's a beautiful building. Did you know most every fairground has an RV park? We didn't, but we're glad we found out. They're a great stopover place at a great price. The Iowa campground was especially beautiful and spacious. When we made it to Grand Island, we were so grateful to spend the day with a nice Lee family.
It was so fun visiting our family in Grand Island.
See you next week on Rise on the Road.
Bye!